Welcome to Dicejunkies, and this is Perception Check, episode 22, where we discuss the 13th Doctor reveal, as well as Kingdom Hearts, and some more stuff. So check it out. I'm here with
You,
Damien.
and I'm Xenodamus. Hope you enjoy. Let's get into the news. So first up, we have Doctor Who.
Goes transgender.
The BBC released footage for Doctor Who's 13th incarnation as Jodie Whittaker. So,
I'm wondering how long before they do the first "I miss my penis" joke.
they won't. They won't.
I think they will at some point be like, some things have gone missing. It's his first time.
My Dalek bumps. Like that old Mr. Bean skit.
Wow.
What's his name? Dang it.
Rowan Atkins?
Rowan Atkins, yeah. The Rowan Atkins Doctor Who skit. Freaking hilarious. Where the Master came back with Dalek bumps. Which was actually the first female regeneration scene was in the Rowan Atkins.
True. That was the first, and then the Master apparently actually...
Yeah, and then the Master. We had Master as Missy. I don't know what I think about the Doctor
That is a lie.
switching to female. I mean, I'm not... Like, I liked it. I liked the Master. Like, Missy was an awesome Master, you know? But, to me, this seems more pandering than it does... I guess it would be more... Like, the Doctor transforming into a female Doctor would be... I'd be more accepting of it if we were in a... if the show hadn't been going downhill for the last couple years, you know, like right now, it's like the show has not had the best of writing, and it's like almost to me like, oh, we're going to change it to female so we can pander, try to get some more views because our stories aren't cutting it.
Well, I'll say this. It should have happened a long time ago. It would have made... If it had been sprinkled in...
Yeah, if it was going to happen, it should have happened a long time ago.
With the number of regeneration, I mean, literally, this is the 13th flipping Doctor. Mm-hmm. And it's like, you went through so long. Mm-hmm. Now, like...
Technically the 14th if you count the War Doctor.
So, yes, I mean, when you get into it, you've had so many Doctors, he's never hopped to the other gender. And then, like you say, it's kind of when people started asking for it and going, y'all never done a female Doctor. They did it. I'm like, well, that makes it look more like you did it as a reaction. And like you said, to try to boost ratings and attention.
At the height of the political feminist movement and all that being a big thing right now, and women's rights and
that down spike you mentioned, because I noticed Doctor Who seemed to be kind of losing a little head of steam.
Yeah, and then you talk about, so you have all this political stuff, this hype on women, and you have a story that's at a nosedive, honestly. So it just seems like, let's just do this, you know, and it doesn't seem story-driven, it seems ratings-driven.
And what bothers me is it's going to be a sink or swim.
Different. And yeah, no, I mean, this is what will either kill the show or revive the show. So
my hope is that she'll be an amazing Doctor, because the only way they're going to get past the naysayers, because some people are going to support it just because they want to be seen as feminists. They're going to go. Some people are going to hate it just because they are chauvinistic.
Well, I mean, it's just like the support for Ghostbusters with the female cast there. You know, there was all this tons of support for it before anybody actually watched it.
And I hated that because it took the attention off of whether the movie was actually good and made it so that people who didn't like the movie couldn't say they didn't like the movie.
Yeah, because
and people that didn't
sexist.
like the movie, the people who didn't like the movie said they were saying it because they just wanted to be on the winning team.
Well, I'm sure we'll get hate for not, you know, or at least I will, for not liking that the Doctor turned female, you know, but it's not that I have anything against females, is because I just don't see it in the story.
I don't. And honestly, if they do that, they can kiss my ass, because I think that, like, what you just said is the same thing I just went into a bigger point on. It's a timing thing to me. Mm-hmm. I wish it had been better timed. It should have been a nice, pleasant surprise a couple of Doctors ago, instead of it being people railing for it, this big debate, and then it happens. Because now, whether it was meant to really be a female doctor,
Yeah, you don't know.
you don't know the purity of the story.
Yes.
But my hope is that because people love Doctor Who, I'm going to be nice, and I'm going to hope she's going to be so amazing that people have to like her.
I mean, let's.
That's the only way it's going to work.
I know a lot of people that won't watch it at all because of
not
this.
that bad,
But
man,
that's
really?
Yeah, no. I mean, I know a couple.
That's childish.
I know a
I went to
couple.
see the Ghostbusters movie, and I didn't think it was going to be good.
I've seen a lot of comments now online, which could be trolling, but a lot of people online that are up in arms at it. But then you have a lot of people that are like 100% full stream support. This the Doctor's going to be awesome now,
Yeah,
and
that ain't
that's
much better.
both extremes are really not where you want to be, because you don't know.
Well, let's finish it on this Dicejunkie stance. Dicejunkies' opinion has always been, see it, then make your call.
Yeah.
Watch the show, then decide how you feel. Don't make a decision before you. Don't make an uninformed decision.
There
Yeah.
you go.
I agree. So, yeah, we'll close it on that, and we'll move on to the next topic, which was an awesome trailer by Kingdom Hearts for Kingdom Hearts 3. Now, this actually included some footage of just the game, and then especially focusing on the Toy Story world in the new game.
I have to admit, because I like Kingdom Hearts, I was worried that throwing Toy Story would be too kiddie. But it looks so friggin' amazing. And I said, F you, man. I'm hanging out with Woody and Buzz, man. We're going to wreck some stuff.
It looked good. It looked really good. There's a lot of new elements into the game. Of course, I've only played the first one at this point. I'm working through the series right now. But to me, like, all the elements, it does bring to me, like, where is this game going to fall in difficulty? How much of that is actually controls and like preset macros, because he was doing a lot of stuff, and so a lot of times when you see all that stuff, a lot of it's like preset macros, and I'm hoping you actually get that full control and the controls work.
Well, in the first game, you set those skills, what happened at the end of combo. So it was
Yeah.
programmed, you set those macros. You
Yeah.
picked if you had a finisher on the end of your air combo, did it knock them
Well,
down?
and you had your equipment, your different weapon styles and stuff, whether you wanted to focus on more of a magic or physical. And
I'll say this is important for the fans out there. For people who play Kingdom Hearts 2 and were like me, the first thing they noticed is that the worlds felt more compact. You haven't got the 2 yet, so.
Yeah.
But it felt more compact. These were large, open maps. That's one of the first things Zeno was talking about. He said, man, look at the battlefield.
Well, yeah, it's not just a map. It's the fact that the battlefield seems to be more zoomed out, so you have a larger battlefield. So there's so much more going on. You get to see more of the battle. Hopefully the camera is a lot better than it was in the first one. I can't stand the camera. The camera is the worst aspect. Like I'm loving playing it. I love the story. I love the characters. I hate the camera. That's my big.
That is a valid complaint.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to bring that up that, like, for people who like large maps, because your character's so mobile, the combination of that size of a map made me go like, oh, I'm going to rampage across this battlefield, man. I mean, that's awesome. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
And
Damien, you got anything to say over there in your cloud
of
of
smoke.
of vape?
I've enjoyed watching you play Kingdom Hearts. Mm-hmm. I'm not really invested in Kingdom Hearts. It's a nice story. It's a good game. Like I said, I watched you play it.
Yeah.
It's just I'm just not interested in it. It just doesn't look like my kind of a game.
Well, and that's exactly why I'm just now playing it, is because I saw it and I said, this is not my type of game. And then I played it and I was so wrong.
it took a lot of selling, y'all. Q here had to keep going like, just try it if you get into it. I know you saw, like, Little Mermaid. Just ignore all the water. Hopefully there's no Atlantis in the third game. Let's be honest. It is the worst part of every game.
Look. I'm watching this man play this game. I go to my room. I'm playing something. I don't know if I was playing Dragon Age at that point.
You're playing Diablo at that point.
Diablo. I'm playing Diablo. And I walk out of my room and I look at the TV. How big's this TV?
It's a 60 inch.
60-inch TV, and I have nothing but Man Mermaid. I kind of just shook my head and
Atlantis.
Yeah, it was a horrible time to walk into.
I think they learned their lesson. I think they're gonna be like, "Do you want to go to Atlantis, Swords?" Or it's gonna be like, "We're not doing that anymore. This is gonna keep going."
But all right, well, while we're talking about games too, let's switch over to board games real quick, and let's do a shout out to Certifiable Games. We did an interview with them the other day. They have a Kickstarter that started last week for their new game, Who Goes There? And I think we're going to do a full review on the game in another week.
Yep.
So if you like co-op board games, you should really check them out. GrowingParanoia.com will bring you to their Kickstarter page. Really cool guys, really fun game so far. Like I said, we're going to break it down a little more and go into more detail in our upcoming review. But something that's current, and you should check it out.
That is an epic sideburns too, man.
Oh, epic sideburns.
Man, those are man sideburns you've got there.
Okay, next we have A Wrinkle in Time. Official U.S. teaser trailer was released. Now, this is based off the book, A Wrinkle in Time, which I read when I was like 8. I remember enjoying the book, but I don't remember a lot of the details of the book. But the trailer looked good to me.
I absolutely love the book, and I don't remember a damn thing about it.
No, I remember loving the
That's
book.
what's sad is I also remember the book, but I'm like, what was it about?
But it was one of the books I read when I was really young, so it's just like,
But I'm with you. I love the book. The movie, what we saw, looks like it's gonna be okay.
It looked good. It did not, and this is the only thing that worries me is watching that trailer. It didn't trigger any memories of the book.
Yeah, that's exactly
normally you
what
start pulling a story together, but the trailer did not remind me of the book at all.
At all.
But it's also pretty jarring because there's a rather very recognizable star in there, Oprah Winfrey, and that's when you know someone's famous. She's so famous that every time she popped on screen, it was like it's Oprah Winfrey. It just like shocked me.
Well, I mean, and the thing is it's a bit of a sci-fi time travel type game, movie, and book. And the thing with that is it's gonna alter from the book anyway because the book was written decades ago, and we've advanced a lot more. So they're gonna modernize it a lot and stuff like that. So that's why I figure it didn't trigger as much stuff. So,
but describe it. I'm gonna say it looks like Jumanji meets Doctor Who.
I don't know.
The original Jumanji, not that weird one coming up.
Watch the trailer, guys. We'll put the link in the description. I don't know if that really defines it very well, personally, but maybe that's a good description for some. It's not what I saw, but it looked good. I enjoyed it.
I can't stop looking at Oprah Winfrey. She just it's like
that's
Oprah Winfrey.
Let me scroll up for you, buddy. But no, I think that overall the trailer looked good.
Yeah.
So check it out. Also, we had the D23 summit thing or whatever. Anyway, the big Disney Expo. Yeah. So anyway, at the Expo, we had some trailer stuff and releases for the Infinity Wars. So that looked pretty cool. We have Iron Spider. So that.
We know that Thor and Guardians of the Galaxy show up pretty early on.
Yeah. Apparently, Thor runs into the Guardians of the Galaxy guys. He's the first from the Avenger series, I guess, to mix over to the Avengers, to the
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Guardians of the Galaxy. We saw some of the new villains.
Oh yeah, the children of Thanos. The children in the sense of he raised them horribly and made them into monsters.
And then we had some shots of some of the other guys. The Hulkbuster.
A new Hulkbuster armor based on Veronica. It was Captain America's new shield. Thor's magic belt may come into play. So we're going to have some new tech. Doctor Strange.
Yeah, there was Doctor Strange, Black Widow, Black Panther.
Apparently they made her blonde for some reason.
Yeah, Tony Stark. You know, we have pretty much all the characters. A bearded Captain America.
Rocking the beard, right?
Yeah.
He's trying to steal your style. Is he going to have the pub hat next? You know, just go ahead with the whole style?
I'm not even wearing the pub hat right now. I'm wearing my
But people who know you,
Dicejunkies.
if they were fans, they know about the pub hat.
And still in my beard. I mean,
Yeah.
he didn't have my goatee, man. No.
He also didn't have any gray.
Look at that. See that? See, that's what
I
think.
try to do something nice, you know, and go like, no, you kind of look like you don't look anything like a fucking Captain America.
You know, I'm about, 2 people's worth of fat. Too big.
Captain America with like, Bucky wrapped around the middle.
Yeah.
But the gauntlet looks awesome, and Thanos is going to actually get out of his chair and whoop some ass, they say. Like, there's actually scenes of him hitting people and getting physical.
But yeah, no, Thanos looked cool. The gauntlet, they showed off the Infinity Gauntlet. It looked pretty badass. I'm really hoping to see, like, right now we're getting this from, I guess, a third party, basically, because they haven't released any of that footage.
It'll be out in a few months.
So,
what I like to, just want to point out for our comic book fans, is that one of the smart things they did building up to this is that if you notice, the Infinity Gems have been a lot more reasonable on power level when they've been introduced in each movie, which works well because it makes Infinity War possible. The real power of the Infinity Gems, as listed in the comic, makes the concept of even the Infinity War comic, it was like, you can't really beat somebody who has that level of control over reality. But these gems, even the time you noticed there was a bit of challenge, it even seemed like Doctor Strange had to concentrate. So it makes it look like the Infinity Gems aren't all powerful, so that resistance is at least viable.
The MCU has dialed a lot of things back. The Marvel Cinematic Universe has been, reeling it in a little bit on a lot of their characters to make them a little more realistic. Somebody explained, I forget, it was another YouTuber I was watching, was explaining a lot of the power levels and how, we got to some of these weird, overpowered characters. Basically, you have a battle with a villain and then they crank up the superhero one level higher to get past that villain. Well, then the next writer, because you have all these different writers, wants to make an even more powerful villain, and then they have to crank up the power level a little more until you get this ridiculous set of ungodly power leveled heroes. And MCU sort of going like, let's
we got to make some movies out of this. We can't have like I flick my nose and a planet explodes.
I mean, Thor's power level greatly
pulled back. And Hulk. I mean, you haven't seen him shatter a mountain. And that's like not even late game Hulk. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That was the kind of stuff that Hulk used to level the whole city with one move.
Then there became that whole thing where Hulk's power level was infinite compared to his level of anger. So the more and more you tried to kill him, the more and more powerful he got to basically unkillable levels in some of the comics, Of course, they dial it back and forth depending on who's writing, but...
Which is why it's good, because Black Bolt, with Inhumans coming up, I was worried about that, because Black Bolt was such a ridiculously overpowered character that, I was like, whew.
Yeah.
But they seem to have reined him in.
You got anything? No? All right, so we have next...
They're going to start thinking these are just a stuffed pair of hands with a little...
Well,
a little reactor.
I have a little controller over here that I can make a
little micro bird
every once in a
while. Every time you go Damien, it just goes...
We have Steven Spielberg doing Ready Player One. We had a little bit of a look at that with the setup of the character and his VR gear and stuff, which looks sort of neat. It's not the image I got from reading the book, but that's sort of the advantage of a book versus a movie is everybody gets to put their own imagery in there, So when it comes to a movie, everybody gets the same thing. But
you get the director's version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I am looking forward to this movie. I really enjoyed the book. The 80s and 90s references are really good in the book, and having Steven Spielberg, and a director that is very popular in the 80s and 90s, doing the movie is really cool as well.
Let's hope that's the one we get. Is the 80s still Spielberg and not the... We want old Spielberg. We want 80s Spielberg.
Yeah. But, I mean, the book had a lot of Atari references and stuff like that. So it was a neat read. If you haven't read the book, I definitely suggest Ready Player One.
Okay.
As a good read.
You know, I haven't read it, and I keep getting told I need to read it, and I'm starting to think, because I didn't know. Seeing this trailer has caught my interest. Mm-hmm. It might not be as what I expected, because being an older book, I just didn't really expect it to be that good, because isn't exactly like it's a real new book anyway.
Well, it's not that old.
True, but also the 80s reference. I was like, I might get into it, but enough people have kind of endorsed it now. I trust you. So if you say read it, I'll read it.
Well, I mean, it actually builds off of factual information about a lot of the way that Easter eggs started in video games and stuff like that. So that was really cool. Little tidbits like that. They actually talk about the history of some games from the 80s and 90s. So
cool.
And it's factual information. So that's...
I would say it's showing off some of their VR environment in the trailer.
Yeah, I mean, it was just a still picture that we got there. So.
Well, no, we saw some trailer with because it showed the people crawling into they had the weird houses that were built up.
Yeah, that are stacked.
Yeah, and we saw some of that going around, but they didn't show any VR footage of the actual end game.
Yeah, I'm curious how they're going to do the VR footage. That will be interesting to see how they do. But I mean, it's still I think in early production, so we'll get more as it goes out.
I'll trust Steve. We'll see if he'll go back to the good old days. None of that crystal skull nonsense.
Yeah. All right, well, that pretty much wraps us up. Hey, guys, thanks for watching this episode. Be sure to like, subscribe, and down below we have a description with all of our social media. Check that out. You can check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Patreon, Google+. All the links are down there. You can see some behind-the-scenes stuff, as well as, just whenever we're posting something, we always post to those medias as well. Also, you can look over to the side here, and we'll have some links to some other videos you might want to check out, as well as below you'll see the Dicejunkies icon where you can click to subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.